Okay, next in the arena we have Robert Schmierdat riding Silver Cup Electra. This horse is owned by Tori Luxford and bred by Sally Downey. He's sired by Ampere and the dam is by Floreno. So this horse is 7 years old and based with Robert and Tori in Galston, New South Wales, the Hills District. So this horse has quite an interesting story and I reckon was destined to be he and Tori's horse. Tori first this horse first caught Tori's eye during COVID and when it was up for sale, and she went to try and look at it and couldn't get there due to the restrictions. And the person that bought it ended up one of Robert's students, and Robert met the horse through the student, and the horse was coming up for sale again and they were offered first option and snatched her up. And Robert's ended up with the ride over Tori. It's a bit disappointing, I'm sure. And Robert's really enjoys the personality of the horse. She's got a very determined nature and he's looking forward to working with that and getting her to Grand Prix. And he thinks that that will showcase when she's at that level. Okay, so Sandy will ring the bell for you in a moment and you can come in and ride the 3-3.
So an active entry, well forward. The halt could show more balance behind, more forward thinking into the halt. 6.5. Clear rhythm. Could work more over a more relaxed back with the hind legs a little more under. 7. Transitions to be more elastic and prompt. 6.5. Well collected in the shoulder in, nicely uphill, could be a little softer, more relaxed in the top line. 7. Well cadenced in the circle, could flow a little bit more forward. 7. Well positioned, angle maintained, could show a little bit more soft, relaxed top line. 7. Shows thrust, could carry a bit more behind. 7. Could show more balance at K, a little bit more soft through the top line in the transitions. 6.5. Nicely uphill, could stretch a little more forward to the bit. A 7. Nicely balanced, cadence maintained. 7.5. Fluid and well collected. Show a bit more supple back and top line. 7. Balanced halt. Rein back to be more straight. Pull drops. 6.5. Accurate figure, well positioned, show a bit more activity, 7. To be more active, but quite accurate, 7. Shows clear rhythm, show more relaxation and longer strides, 6.5. Lovely stretch of the frame, clear rhythm, show a bit more overtrack, more reach from the shoulder, and a bit more energy, 6.5. Well prepared. The croup comes up a little bit in the transition, but nicely forward, 6.5. Takes risk, covers ground nicely, 8. Well balanced transition down, could be more soft in the top line, 7.5. Well collected, quarters coming into the left, maintain the alignment, but a 7 because of the quality of the canter. Lovely, well-balanced transition down to the walk. Unfortunately, some miscommunication going back up. So a 4. Well forward, allow a bit more length of the frame. Still an 8. Show a bit more balance, back to collection, a 7. Collection maintained. Show a bit more alignment, but nicely balanced overall, 7.5. Quite fluid up into the canter, down transition to be more clear, showed some trot steps, so a 5.5. Unfortunately, loss of communication into the trot at K. It's a 5. And prompt halt, but could be more forward thinking, stepped back, so a 6. Super. Paces. Freedom and regularity, 7.5. Impulsion, desire to move forward, elasticity of the steps, relaxation of the back, engagement of the hindquarters, 7. Submission, harmony, attention, confidence, acceptance of the bit. Because of the small miscommunications in the simple changes and a couple of the other transitions, we're going to do 6.5. Rider position, effectiveness, correctness, an 8. Thank you. No, not right now. Yeah. 7 point, well, I'll do a 7 point, yeah, that should have been a 7.5. Oh, because you don't have 2 separate marks for that. Yeah. Rider oh, okay, you don't have two, yeah, that's true, yeah, okay, yeah, you're right. Judge's error. In the States, we have two separate marks for rider position and seat, and then a separate mark for effectiveness. I was just reminded of that. So the position itself would be an 8, but because of the issues in the test, I would have to go down to a 7 on that. So, yep, you guys are right. I thought you had the same that we have. Yeah, okay. Happy? All right. None of us are gods. All right, Robert. Lovely horse. Thank you for coming. The big change from this level, from the last level to this level, is we need to see just the beginnings of collection now, which you're definitely showing. Uphill tendency, staying reliably on the bit. I think you showed super energy in the mediums, clear transitions back. I think what we need to work on to improve a little bit is the fluidity of the transitions, the balance in the transitions. Also, is it a mare? Yeah, allowing her to carry herself a little bit more, like we were talking about before, after your half halts, soften the aids and release a little bit so that she can relax. Like there's definitely uphill balance going on, but I feel like it's coming a little more from you than from her sometimes. And we can see that in the transitions. So let's work on some transitions. I'm seeing it a little more in the trot than the canter. So go ahead and take her up in the trot when you're ready. Good. Yeah, and just use the full arena. Good. Oh, these birds are so funny. Good. Yeah. So before the corner, ride your half halt, but then soften and release and just let her carry. Yeah, and now another little half halt and then release again. Yeah, let the neck relax. Good. Bring her on a circle here at B. Carry your hands a little lower. And the reins just a centimeter longer. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and now ask for a little bit more energy from behind. Good, good. And then as you cross the center line again, you're gonna half halt, close your legs, close the hind legs under, and now soften the leg and hand. Yeah, and now lengthen the strides a little bit. Yeah, and then again, close your leg, close the hind leg under, half halt, soften. Yeah, like that. Good. When you ride your half halt, and you're quite a nice rider, and I know you know this already, but it's just a good reminder, when you ride your half halts, think about closing the hind legs under and ride the half halt more from the back to the front. Yeah, so use your body and your leg first and then close the hand and feel the hind leg come under and the back come up and then soften and let her come through. Yes, like that. That's pretty. Super. See, now you still have the uphill balance, but you don't have the tight neck. Super. Make a little 10-meter circle as you cross the center line. Yeah, good. Good, good. Go down the long side. 10-meter circle by V. Little half halt, close the hind legs under, get the bend, and soften. Good. Good. Another little half halt, super. Go through the corner. Another half halt, prepare for center line. Good. Good, shoulder in. Now you can shorten the reins a half a centimeter, but keep your hands down. 10-meter circle to the left. Think hind legs following the track of the front. Good. Another half halt, shoulder in, left again. Yeah, right leg back. Ask her to come a little more through the top line. Good, super. Shoulder in. By E, change rein on the half diagonal, medium trot. Hands down, half halt, close the hind legs under. And ask. Yes. Lower legs closed, close the hind legs on. Good, soften, super. Super. Another 10-meter circle at V. Prepare the bend before the turn. Every time she comes up too much in her neck, I want you to ride another half halt and close the hind legs under till you feel the back come up, and then relax the hand again. Good. Good, super, beautiful. I like this outline better. What do you think, guys? It's really good in the collection, and you can tell it's a super talented horse, but she's not strong enough to carry herself all the time. So that just means ride more half halts where you close the hind leg under for a few strides and then soften and let her do it on her own, over and over and over and over. And it's better to do that than just to hold the horse together. Good, let's do another center line whenever you're ready. And because you're training, it doesn't have to look perfect all the time. Good, shoulder in right. I love shoulder in. It's just an easy way to flex and supple the inside hind, but ride another little 10-meter circle here. This direction, you need to bend her a little more behind the saddle. So really think about the bend coming from the base of the tail, coming through the saddle. Let the outside rib cage puff out. A little more concave inside rib cage. That's it, super. Really good, because then we bend and flex the right hind without letting the horse escape out through the outside. Good, good, 10 meters again. Super, hands low. Concave inside rib cage. Convex outside rib cage, half halt, shoulder in. Nice, nice. Really good. And we as rider, you can do a center line and then shoulder in to X and then the medium trot to M. As riders, we hear inside leg, inside leg, inside leg. We forget about the outside of the horse. It's really important to ride both sides of the horse. Look how nice this is in the collection now. Super, beautiful. Hands down for the medium trot. Yes, and now hind legs closed under and giving. Nice, lovely, beautiful. And go to the walk. Good, active ground covering. And then by S, turn left, and you're gonna ride those half pirouettes again. We liked the half pirouettes, the positioning was good, but needed more activity. So think about the tempo of the walk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, bend and flexion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. Left hind, right hind, left hind, good. And now do the other one. So you'll pick up points if you can keep the tempo the same in the walk. Right hind, left hind, right hind, left hind, right hind. Good, very good, super, super. Let's do just a little bit in the canter with the simple changes, because that's another place where you can pick up points. So when you're ready, we'll do to the canter. Good girl. I'm a big mare fan, by the way. I love mares. People either love mares or hate mares. I love mares. I've had some really good mares. So, yeah, super. Good, beautiful. She's a really nice canter. Go straight ahead at E on a 20 meter. Outside leg back. Good. Good. Yes. Yeah, and when you get the resistance, just close the hind leg under, bend her a little bit, and then soften, just soften. Yeah, that's it. Medium canter for half a circle. Yes, beautiful. Good, and then collect her a little gradually, bring your lower leg back, close the hind leg under, and now soften the hand. Super. Stretch more down in your right leg. Your saddle's hanging a little off to the left. See if you can fix that. Good. And that's not necessarily the rider mistake. The horse has to bend a little more, and then the saddle will be more centered. Good, good, yes. Okay, so start asking the strides to be bigger gradually. So this is a training exercise, it's not a test. So a little bit bigger, half halt to balance, and then a little bit bigger, and then balance, and then a little bit bigger. So we're making the strides gradually bigger, 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 till we're in medium canter. Gorgeous. Yeah. Yeah. So keep accelerating with little balancing aids in between. Yeah. Good. Because we're saying, can you go in this canter and be in balance? Can you go in a bigger canter and be in balance? Yes. And now you're going to make the canter gradually smaller. And then relax. Good. And then gradually smaller. Hands down and giving. Good. And gradually smaller. Good. And giving. Super. Until you find in your horse, this is as much collection as I can get right now, then you start making the strides bigger again. Super. Come. Yes. Good girl. And that'll help you a lot with your simple changes. Super. So now you make the strides a little longer. And then hang out there for a little bit, yeah, and then a little longer. And hang out there for a little bit, and then a little bit longer. Yeah, lovely. And then a little bit shorter. And then let her maintain. And a little bit shorter. So this is the opposite of a test where we want really crisp transitions. This is a training exercise. Yeah, really brav, right? Super canter. What we're noticing is that she's keeping her croup down better. And look how easy that was. That was like no reins at all to the walk, wasn't it? That was really super good. She's bending her haunches more now, right? And the neck is coming nice out of the shoulder. And you can go when you're ready. You can do another transition to the walk whenever you want to. But it's like close the hind leg under, close the hind leg under, and then ask for the walk at that moment where you feel the croup is down. Yeah. Do a little half pirouette to the right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Yes. And then we'll go left lead. Super. A trainer thing, when you collect the horse, you really want to think about getting the horse shorter behind the saddle without getting it short in front of the saddle, right? And Robert is doing a good job with this, with all of the softening of the aids in between the half halts. It's really allowing the horse to come under behind and carry behind without getting short and blocked in the front. Good. Yeah. And again, left leg down. Shift your saddle a little more to the inside. Yeah. Good. And then work out any bracing. Make sure that the bend is uniform, not too strong against the outside rein. Yeah. There you go. Good. Yeah. Beautiful. Super. Yes, I'm a big fan of transitions. I ride tons of transitions. Because really, what's a Grand Prix? It's a lot of transitions, just at a higher level. Super. Super. Soften the aids in between the half halts. Nice. Nice. And now we're going to do the same exercise. You're going to gradually increase the length of the strides until you find balance there, and then you'll increase a little bit more till you find balance there, and then you'll increase a little bit more till you're in a medium canter. So we're managing the lateral suppleness while we're increasing and decreasing the stride length. So notice the outline stays really good, the alignment stays really good, super, super soft aids. And now a little bit shorter, till you have balance, good. And then a little bit shorter. Yeah, and then soft, good. And then a little bit shorter, till you feel like you could walk. But before you walk, you have to be, yeah, exactly. That was awesome. Super. So before the walk, it almost has to feel like a little bit pirouette canter, that you could have the horse on the haunches and then release a little the hand without anything changing. Then you know you can go to the walk with no problem. If the horse is already bracing and you're like, you know, collect, 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 it's not going to be a good walk transition. So releasing, releasing, releasing to test what you have, to test the self-carriage. Look at how she's bending her haunches now. That was super good. Super, super good. Love that. And why do we do it? Well, because we're looking forward to Grand Prix, you know, where you can let her stretch. You know, we want to think about, will she be able to do pirouettes? How is that going to go? You know, can I bend and flex the haunches? Did you see the whole thing was more supple behind and more nice out in the neck? And the horse has so much quality. Yeah. Super good. I can't think of anything else we should do. The walk pirouettes were better. Yeah. Oh yeah, any questions? Robert, that was really good. Thank you. You're really fun to work with, and you're willing to, like, sure, I'll try that. Because for me, that was the whole and the test was the transitions. And if you're riding tons of them at home, then it's not a big deal when you get to the show. Yeah, super. Nice mare. All right, questions, anybody? Am I confusing the heck out of you, or is it all kind of good? All right. All right. Don't be shy. I might not know the answer, but.
I think one of the interesting things that we noted that you were saying half halt and then release and let the horse improve its balance. And here you even specified half halting, closing the hind legs under and getting the horse to raise the back and then giving. And I think that specificity, that's not a word.
That is
you
a
guys
word.
Know what I mean?
That's a word.
On when the timing of the release is, you know, not to release when the neck gives, which I think a lot of people have a tendency to do, but to release as you feel the back come up after the hind legs come under.
Yeah.
I really got a lot out of that comment and that amount of detail, I suppose.
Yeah.
And the other thing, how interesting was it when you counted the timing of the pirouette, the rhythm of the pirouette, how much that improved? You know, what a simple thing that we can all do with our pirouettes, and we saw how much more activity and energy that kept in them. Yeah. And well done, Robert, for demonstrating that so that all of us could see it so clearly. Yeah. Yeah, Robert did that great. But you know, the judges here know that that's one of the, and these half pirouettes are with us forever. They're with us to Prix St. George. They start at second level and they go to Prix St. George, and they're all weighted the same. So, and we have I mean, my own students at home, it drives me crazy. They slow the walk down and then pivot around. It's like, no, you could get a 9 on that. You know, come on. And the walk pirouette's closely related to canter pirouette. It's the same exercise, only in a different gait. So I have the students do them in front of the mirror sometimes and have them watch the hind legs, especially the ones that can't really feel the timing. If they can look and see the bend and see the sequence of the footfalls is really helpful. And asking the riders to just walk on a loose rein and call out to me left, right, when the hind leg is coming off the ground. Like teaching the riders to have a feel for that. Because that helps a lot with canter work too, like knowing the footfalls of the canter, when the half halts have to happen, when the releases have to happen. Because you watch really good canter pirouettes, riders sort of riding the wave, you know, half halting when the hind legs are bent and releasing when the forehand comes up. And so it's all sort of connected. Anne has just asked a question about the saddle position. So we saw the saddle go to the outside, both directions, more so, I think, when the horse was going to the right. Would you comment on that on the test sheet as a judge, or would you leave that?
Oh,
That's a good question. I do if it's excessive, you know.
Would you put
I would mention it, or like, and he sits really straight, you know, but some riders are actually leaning, and I'll for sure mention that on the test.
Movement or collectives at the end?
At the end.
Collectives.
Yep, but if it's really obvious, sometimes I'll say it on the movement itself. Like horse losing rhythm, rider hangs to the outside, because one is sort of causing the other. But centrifugal force will take the saddle to the outside anyway, so it's really important that you have your students like push the saddle to the inside and then sit level again, like correct it whenever it happens. And then think about the alignment of the horse, like why is this happening in the first place? That's another thing.
Yeah, and you commented
That's a long discussion though.
You commented on the novice horse that we were looking, you know, think of the bend under the saddle, and with Robert's horse, think of the bend behind the saddle too, which I thought was, again, a level of detail that we don't always go to, that varies for the type of horse, for what you're looking to achieve.
Yeah,
So
well, because the horses are very clever and all quadrupeds are asymmetrical, and especially the really loose and supple horses, they can resist the bend in different parts. Some are in the pole, some the withers, some in the girth, and some behind the saddle. So you have to like make sure that it's a uniform bend. You know, which this horse was really good with that. Like you could hardly tell what the stiff and hollow side is, and that's a sign of good training. Like if somebody gets on your horse and they can't tell which is the stiff and hollow side anymore, then you've done a good job training. Yeah.
Gail, you had a question on alignment. Was it the definition of? I'll repeat this question. Gail's asking for a clear definition on what you're specifically looking at in alignment. She was saying she was looking for the footfalls as alignment of the front and hind legs, but at times that wasn't checking with what you were saying the alignment was out. So can you define what alignment, what area of your alignment?
Alignment and straightness are pretty much the same thing, and you want to. The spine of the horse should always be directly over the line of travel, okay? And that's why, like, when you have a young horse, you do a lot of work on simple lines, like 20-meter circles, serpentines, not too tight things, and not a lot of sideways things, but just, it's kind of like ice skating, where you learn the school figures first, and then you learn the jumps. So, every horse has a stiff and hollow side. The hollow side, the horse tends to have the haunches a little bit in and the shoulders a little bit out. So everyone says, oh, he's so easy to ride on the hollow side, but it's actually the more complicated side because the inside hind isn't carrying weight. And then the stiff side, the horse just has to bend more that direction. So every horse's spine is bent more one side. So your goal, is, as you move up the levels, is to bend and supple the stiff side and to align a little bit more the hollow side, so that when you're going on these 20-meter circles, the hind legs are always following the prints of the front feet. And why it's so important is because you can see a difference in the way the horse moves. They'll appear to be shorter and tighter on one side and longer on the other, and you want to kind of get the horse more uniform on both sides, because then when the hind legs are following the prints of the front feet, the horse is putting equal weight on both hind legs and both shoulders. And then as you progress in the training, you won't have all these issues like the tilting and the half passes, or, oh, he won't take contact on one rein or the other, or the rib cage is always to one side. You know, I mean, it's super important. And when you watch the top horses, they're really straight. You know, they're really straight. And then you don't see issues with the piaffe. And, you know, I mean, I make a big deal about straightness, probably more than most people, because I feel it in the horses, you know. And every horse, even the FEI horses, they all do the same warm-up. They do stretching, they do bending, they, you know, just to test accept the straightness? Are they accepting the outside rein on both sides? And then they do their lesson for the day. But, you know, and it's great for the riders, because the riders are not the same on both sides either. You know, right-handed people, left-handed people, people that ride for years with their right leg just clamped on the horse's rib cage and their right hand just, and it's like, you need to, you know, fix that, work on it, you know, ride without stirrups and, you know, release your legs here and there, find the center of the horse, because how can you expect the horse to be balanced if you're not balanced, you know? So that was such a long answer.
Can we hold that for 1 second, Jane? Can I get you quickly to take a photo with Robert so we can get him out of the arena, because I think he's keen. Robert, do you want to come back over and have a quick snap with Sandy? Thank you. I think, you know, in looking at what Sandy's talking about, all of the alignment, all of the straightness, all of the bending, you know, even that exercise she's using at the end of the lengthen and collecting the canter, you know, her words were increase the lateral suppleness while increasing and decreasing the stride length, you know, and she's really, there's an overall theme in that straightness and that bend, and using that and incorporating that into all of the work and all of the training as well, which I think is really good. It's nice to have that message throughout. Thank you.